Good afternoon, everybody. It is me, Josh, Weather Forecast, guys, and welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Saturday morning or afternoon or noon. So I have good news. I actually worked all morning on my preliminary winter forecast number 5 map. So those are all done and ready for tomorrow. I actually did it like at 7 a.m. because I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I just did it. And I was like about to make the winter forecast video today because I was so asleep that like I was like thinking I was about to film it like at 9 a.m. and post it, but I realized, oh, today's Saturday, not Sunday. But yeah, I got all those maps out. They're completely different, and the last map's very detailed and super awesome. So I hope you guys are excited for tomorrow. This is going to be a video though on the winter storm that will be starting right now. We have our first winter storm warnings, advisories, and watches in effect for this storm. I believe we don't have a name yet. I am planning on doing maybe a double upload today on this, so you guys get new updates. It'll be after 4:30 because the new update doesn't come till 4:30. So maybe 5 or an evening video. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. We are 10 subscribers away from 1,900. As many of you guys know, my 1 year anniversary of YouTube is in 10 days. It's very close, and I want to get to 2,000 by the end of my anniversary month, which is November 30th. So if you guys can help me get 110 subscribers by the end of the month, it will really help out. And if you're already subscribed, go ahead and share the channel, and I will be doing a YouTube shout out or a shout out for 2,000 subscribers. But yeah, without further ado, let's get in the video. Be sure again to subscribe, hit that big like button if you really enjoyed it, and also hit that post notification icons so you get notified when I do my other upload today. Without further ado, let's get into this wintry video. So we had no advisories, winter storm warnings, or watches in effect for Montana yesterday, but now we do. So we are having our first snow with this first snowstorm, and it's gonna be a very big deal. It can go all the way from Montana to Mississippi, Alabama, all the way to the areas right here. So it would really take a trip across America, would it? But it's also not it's not just going to bring snow in those areas. We can also have widespread snow in areas in the west, in the plains, in the areas in the south, and areas out here into the east and now into the Midwest. So we're definitely gonna have our first snowfall for some areas, some not, and we'll have maybe our first significant snowfall or measurable snowfall in those areas. But again, we do have winter storm advisories in effect for northwestern South Dakota, very upstate Wyoming, all the way into that last county. So I'm not sure there's any cities there in that part of the county where there's probably towns. But we also have these advisories in effect for areas into Billings and Bozeman, Montana, and those areas for more south central Montana. And we have not really that much snow effects on the Yellowstone National Park there. We also do have winter storm watches in effect in the Helena area, that capital of Montana. So that's where we could have a bit more snowfall there. And then we also have the winter storm warnings where we could have that more significant snowfall there in the Rockies. And obviously the snowstorm will be moving really fast because by Tuesday it's out of the south and going to the northeast. So we're definitely going to have the biggest threat possibly right here into the areas in the northeast, but it's not only going to bring in just the snow, we can also have lake effect snow added to this. So we have up to possibly a foot of snow here. So we're really have to worry about this northeast. Everybody's getting prepared. A lot of the news are talking about it already. The west is not the big of a threat right now, as the west it should be out of the way by no time, but should have too much snow in the west, so it's more of an eastern storm right now. But as we go into tomorrow, it will bring some snow out there into the Midwest. But as we go into later tomorrow, here we have it bringing some snow for North Dakota, bringing a good amount of snow for more of southeastern Montana. We'll have that snow start to pick up there. And again, I think these advisories and warnings came out a bit too early. But again, at least they're prepared there. And I can tell it's going to be more of a major snowstorm in the plains. You're probably thinking, this is a plains snowstorm, or plains snowstorm. What do you mean it's going to go to the south? Well, it looks like it's going to stick there in the plains. It's kind of like an Aubrey somewhat, but it's actually going to dip down to the south because we have this cold front pushing down the cold air. So it's going to be pushing the snowstorm, like literally pushing it down. So if it weren't for this cold front, it really probably wouldn't have gone to the south. So you can tell it's going to be very big snowstorm. This will definitely be our third winter storm named after Bessie again. This will be, we'll just have to wait and see. I think by tomorrow or later today it should be named. I guess we're just waiting for the new details on the characteristics it needs to be named. But again, we also have that snow for Denver, Colorado Springs, Cheyenne, all the way into Burlington, Vermont. So we're definitely going to have about 1,000 to 1,500 mile basically distance from end to end. We'll have this possibly our basically, I guess you can say our first measurable snow in Chicago. It's not our first, but I guess our first major, as you can say, or the biggest measurable snow we've seen this year for Illinois or Chicago. This was to bring some light snow for Madison, Wisconsin, areas into Milwaukee, but we're definitely going to have a lot of snow for Detroit now. Detroit, Toledo, Indianapolis, Springfield, on St. Louis. This is going to be your first major snowstorm. So Indiana Indianapolis has seen snow earlier this year, but it wasn't that much. I think it was like less than 3 inches. This could bring in a bit more. Again, it's going to bring in a lot of lake effect snow, as you can tell. We have areas in Toronto that could be getting very early snow for those areas in Toronto. And then that's going to be piling up that lake effect snow again. They'll also bring in rain showers, but not too shabby again. Not as bad as what Aubrey brought to the, not as bad as what Bessie brought on Halloween. But again, that brings some snow for Cleveland. Syracuse, we start to see that edge line for a mix, which could be dangerous. Again, this is Tuesday, so early week. We can maybe see some cancellations possible as we continue on. They'll bring some a very light mix for Nashville. Nashville won't see that much snow, really. It'll be like maybe less than an inch. I guess a trace was what they're going to see. European was the one really showing the most snow for the Nashville area, but now it's just leaving out. It's very, very light snow. Like, it's not going to be, obviously you can tell it's the lightest blue there. Like, this is the lightest blue, and that's what it is. So it's going to be like flurries, and like, it won't be that bad. Again, it's getting out. And super fast moving, because again, you can see the line. This is where the line of the cold front will be. This is where it is. So this will be the warmer end right here. This will be where the just below freezing will be again, guys. This will be like a afternoon into nighttime storm, as you can tell. And this will bring in a huge threat for areas into near Albany, into New Brunswick. We'll see maybe a sleet. Philadelphia will see there first. I guess not major snow, because it's not that bad for Philadelphia, but I'd say maybe snowstorm, I guess. And that brings some snow for Boston. But again, New York City, areas into those major cities near New York City, all that. New York City won't see their snow. Long Island won't see that snow. It's just going to be upstate New York, really. But again, by Monday, it is a lot smaller in the GFS. It's going to get put together. The European on Monday is like this big, but again, it's the little areas. We have one right here again for Chicago, Springfield, northern Missouri. Here we have that one for Denver into Nebraska. Nebraska is going to get a lot more on the GFS, and then we'll have that lake effect snow there that will connect. So as we go into Tuesday, it looks a lot more organized. These three systems connect, but the third one kind of comes in. This lake effect kind of just pushes out, and then these push in, so they all connect now. So by Tuesday, we can have the snow all the way from Maine into northern Arkansas. Again, as you can tell, we'll have a lot of rain for Nashville ahead of time, a lot of rain for Tupelo ahead of time, and for areas into Huntsville ahead of time. Again, this snow, look, as you can tell, if you're in Springfield, you're right here. If you're in Nashville, like, you're right here. You be getting some light snow. Again, this is very light to moderate snow. GFS is showing a lot, or for once, it's actually showing a lot more snow for Nashville. But by the next 6 hours, it's completely out of your way. You may have 1 or 2 flurries left, but it's, again, if it stayed there longer, if this cold front wasn't pushing so fast, you guys get a lot more snow, maybe like additional 3 inches to what you're going to see now. But the GFS is showing it getting a lot closer to New York City. New York City again is like right here, so we definitely maybe see some flurries possible. Again, the heaviest snow will be for Knoxville and to areas in Kentucky and West Virginia for the southeast, and then we'll have that snow, there measurable snow for State College, for Charleston, West Virginia. Baltimore will just see a chilly rain. Again, we'll have that snow getting to Boston, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island, and Augusta, Maine, and Bangor, Maine. If we go to snowfall totals, this is Wednesday. This is when it should end. Okay, so this is the 14th when it should be over. also have a couple inches left to come there. But this is 15th. This is Friday. It should be gone out of the way. As you can tell, Nashville is less than an inch right here. It's at 0.1 to maybe 0.6 mark at that point. But Nashville, if you're like south of Nashville, you actually see maybe a bigger chance of snow. Maybe at most 2 inches. Again, right here south of Nashville. And then we have about a good 2 inches for Knoxville. And then again, obviously we'll have this area right here for the west and the plains that could have snow. We have this area in the Midwest that can have their snow, and then we have the areas in the Northeast. So we have these 3 regions that could be getting their first snow, or their for some snowfall for this week. So for next week, sorry. So again, Billings and Montana won't see that much, maybe at 2 inches at least, or at most. And then Billings won't, or Helena won't see that much. The Dakotas at most see 5 inches, not bad. And then Chicago can actually get could get a good 4 inches, which is, I believe, the most I've gotten this season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think their closest chance was Bessie, and with Bessie they got like an inch or 2, right? Or at most 3. Let me know if I'm wrong. And then Muskegon on the western coast of Lake Michigan there, for Muskegon could actually get to 9 inches, which is actually a good amount of snow. Looks like Indianapolis can get a good 2-3 inches. Cleveland will definitely get a good lot of snow there with the lake effect snow. I can tell all these areas on the shore of the lake are getting a lot more snow. So Cleveland got a good 6-7 inches. Erie, Pennsylvania, we get a good 6 to 9 inches. In areas near Buffalo can get up to 9 to 11 inches. And the most amount of snow will be near upstate New York and that national park where there's not many areas. We have up to 11 to 12 inches. Maximum is 55 inches, but that's all over here. So don't be like, oh my god. And then areas on Boston will see less than an inch based on this. And not that much snow again for those coastal areas near New York City. And then GFS is kind of the same thing. So again, we can have snow for Boston. It's more these coastal areas that don't get snowed super early like this. Or they can see flurries or an inch, but they don't get that big amount of snow until those major nor'easters come in hand. As you can tell, we could have a lot more snow with a GFS for the areas for the west areas of Montana. We could have up to a foot of snow for Bozeman, so that's a big difference. We have a good amount of snow for Chicago. It looks like it can still be around 3 to 4 inches. South near Michigan City, Indiana, we can actually see up to 5 to 6 inches there. It looks like we see a lot less snow for Indianapolis, but if you go more near Fort Wayne, we can see a good 4 inches. Cleveland's actually looking like they can get a foot of snow based on this. Erie can get up to 8 to 7 inches, or 7 to 8 inches, and then it looks like New Hampshire, looks like the New England area can see a lot more snow, including New Hampshire, Vermont, Concord, New Hampshire could be seeing maybe up to 7 to 10 inches. Areas in State College can be seeing a good 1 inch at maximum. Philadelphia, a good 2 inches. Boston, not that much either. Just not that much to come with this snowstorm for the northeast coast. But if you go more inland near Lake Hudson and all, that's where it's a different story. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll let you know if I post later today. Bye, guys.